afternoon. I am the inventor of Kooler Dawg, and this is a hole saw. Very common. You go to any hardware store, any big box store, and they will have this. They have this drill bit. It has a cam in here that holds this blade. It looks like this right here. You see how it's not? It's a kind of elongated hole. You put that on that cam and it doesn't move. It cuts that hole perfectly every time. So, but we're going to select one. What we're doing here is, because this is a smaller one, we'll use it on a smaller cooler. I'll show you that. Hope you can see me. I'm sorry I'm in the light here, but we'll move it out. Anyway, this is a smaller diameter orifice on that nipple right there with threads. And so it should be, you don't have to be rocket science. It's not real tight, just about a 30-second, or as long as it's touching and you can move it around easily to get the right diameter like that. And we have selected this particular nipple with threads that go through the cooler. Now, if you'll notice, almost every manufacturer sells these plugs, these cooler drains, if you will. And what they do is, in the mold, when they're making these things, they have a place here for an orifice to go through this cooler. Every cooler will have something like that. This particular drain plug is what we're going to install in this unit right here. Look at your unit, study the unit. Take a little time, open it up, and look at the side. Look at all that. And see, you can see that where things are kind of been molded out right here. This is much thinner than this wall is. But the reason for that is because this drain plug will go right here where we put this dot on here, to go right through there and thread up and seal, and it will be able to drain water off of your ice chest. The water that you're draining off your ice chest is the water. This nipple, if you will, this round pipe nipple that comes through the cooler must be in good shape. If that thing is tore up, you drug it around, you have to replace it because it will not seal. As you can see down in here, there is a seal down there. It's a flat washer. But this is the plug that we're going to install into this cooler right here, where the manufacturer originally had his mold where he would put these plugs in, but because they're a little bit of cost, he could relieve his cost and save a few dollars and make more profit on this thing without having this thing in there. So what I'm going to do is this one, we're going to use this. This is actually a wood hole bit, 7/8. This hole is just about 7/8. The threads are just about 7/8 right there. You see that thing, when we push that thing through there and start drilling, it will wall out that hole. And you don't have to push it through. You just let it do its work. Let it heat the plastic as it goes and kind of cut it out. Where it's going to come right through here. Okay, this wall is a little bit thicker, so we're going to use a thinner wall. And we're going to start right here. We're going to get this right here like that. See, here's our dot. We marked a spot. The X marks the spot. Never marks a spot, but we're going to try to hit a hole right there. And we mark the cooler with another bit. And here's our mark point. It's not all scratched up. It doesn't have to be perfect. That's what I'm trying to get through to everybody. It doesn't have to be perfect. And you don't have to be, you don't have to have a laser level or anything else. Just pretty commonly flat, as flat as the eye can make it without doing too much. Put a little pressure on it, hold it. So what you've done is you put a hole through the ice cooler, and this nipple will fit right through there. Look at that, perfect. There you go. Anybody can do it. Even mom can do it. That's great. So there you go. And look inside. Look inside. You see your threads come through there. You can see them. And if we haven't damaged anything, what I like to do at this point is maybe put a little silicone sealer on there so it doesn't mess with the insulation. It's very thin right there in that wall. You can see it. If I take this out, you can see how thin that insulation is right there. So these aren't rocket science. They just help people with keeping their drinks cool for the day, for hours or a few hours. And what you do is you insert your Kooler Dawg drain, or the cooler drain, which is from the factory, just like they make it. They make the flat O-ring, and they make the support ring, and they make a poly washer, if you will, to tighten it up with. We're going to put the flat washer up against the compartment here, and then we're going to put the retainer ring on there like that, and then just finger tight. It doesn't have to be, it's not rocket science. It's just as simple as it can be. And there you go. Your drain is installed, and you are ready to insert your Kooler Dawg.